What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. In today's video, I'm going in on Marcus Rashford because this is another face that I am entirely sick of looking at the club. This fella should have been made aware as soon as Erik ten Hag landed that he was to find himself another club. Stevie Wonder could probably tell you that this fella isn't fit to lace the boots of some of the greatest Manchester United players that have ever played for the club, let alone be able to pull on the short and saunter out onto pitches and put in bad performances. Yesterday was another bad performance from Marcus Rashford. This is something that the media do not want to talk about, it's something that the pundits do not want to talk about, and it's something that fellow players are not talking about. I can't wait if they actually do bring in Adrien Rabiot into the club, because his mother is going to lash this fella out of it. It's going to be hilarious. And there's going to be a real awakening as to what's going on and the wool that this fella is pulling over people's eyes. This fella was protected in the Euro 2020 final when he bottled the penalty. Instead of people standing up and going, actually, this fella's muck, because he is. Most Manchester United fans, if they're honest with you, when they seen this opportunity that was, by the way, passed in by Ronaldo, who apparently is a problem at the club, so much so that Jamie Carragher was basically begging for Ronaldo to come on yesterday because United looked so bad. Ronaldo was in for an assist. Now, most Manchester United fans, as I said, if they're honest with you, when this happened, like I did, said they could go anywhere. Because anything is possible with Marcus Rashford. He could have ballooned this over, but what ended up happening was the keeper saved it, because unlike David De Gea, this keeper actually comes off his line and makes problems for strikers. Even if he was standing on his line, I wouldn't have full and total confidence in Marcus Rashford. That's how bad it is. Last year, Marcus Rashford scored 5 goals in total. He's on £200,000 a week. Now, to contrast and compare, Raheem Sterling was on £300,000 last year, and he scored 16 goals. But Manchester City deemed him surplus to requirements and sold him. They got someone else to buy Raheem Sterling and still pay him £300,000. So anyone that's telling you that the money that Marcus Rashford is getting too much, nobody else will pay it. Yes, there is. There's other clubs out there that will pay it 100%. Now, Raheem Sterling is a better player than Marcus Rashford. Let's not get that mixed up. There's no two ways about that. But here's the other side of things. If you're a club like Manchester United and Marcus Rashford is telling you, I can't find anywhere else, I'm not going, or refusing to go, you tell him, alright mate, no problem, because you'll be sitting up in the stands because there's a nice little World Cup coming up and you won't be at it because we're not playing you. Now find yourself another club. That's exactly what should have been happening. You look out at a position like this that the ball is in, Erling Haaland would score this, Mo Salah would score this, I'd even say Raheem Sterling would score this, and he's known for being someone that isn't entirely fantastic with his finishing, yet still notched 16 goals last season, whereas Marcus Rashford scored 5. This is the current state of Manchester United, and as I said up above there, the media are scrambling to blame McTominay and Fred, which they rightfully are being accused of being poor players, which they are. But there are players like Marcus Rashford here that missed 2 sitters yesterday, and there's no questions being asked. That's very strange, isn't it? It's not being highlighted. So what's happening now is fans are getting a real awakening as to what's going on. They're seeing that the likes of Marcus Rashford's not good enough. They're seeing Jadon Sancho doesn't look to be up to it either. They're seeing Luke Shaw's not good enough. Harry Maguire, there's still question marks. David De Gea is terrible. I don't care if he gets players awards or anything like that. He's not being dropped by Spain for no reason. This fella that's playing for Brighton is ahead of David De Gea. So there's real problems happening at this club here, and when people are talking about wages and not being able to find them other places, you absolutely can find other places for these fellas to go, and if not, you flex your muscles and tell them you're in the stands. But this is an image that says it all as well too. The next one that I have up, you had Marcus Rashford selected in the team yesterday and Ronaldo's on the bench. You've Harry Maguire playing yesterday and Rafael Varane is on the bench. You've Diogo Dalot selected yesterday and Aaron Wan-Bissaka's on the bench. You have Luke Shaw selected yesterday and Tyrell Malacia is on the bench. These are all players in those positions that are far superior. So this is why Erik ten Hag is going to come under fire now from fans, from pundits, from the media, because he's ultimately made these selections. These selections shouldn't have been happening. You wouldn't even select the team that was put out there yesterday to play in a game of FIFA let alone be playing in the first game of a Premier League season after last season, which was dismal. Ronaldo's face says it all, and I have to be quite honest, when I seen the team yesterday and I seen some of the misses, I had the same face on. It's terrible. But the sooner people wise up to it, the better, I think. And the sooner that people wise up to guys like this and tell them, you need to go. This fella was involved in an altercation with a fan after the loss to Atletico Madrid, was telling the fan to come on. He'd have a right talking with him. That's what he was talking about. I can't exactly quote what he was saying, but he said a couple of naughty things to a fan. That should have been one incident. The Arsenal handing over the shirt to Arsenal fans should have been second incident, and again the third incident being just such terrible performances last season should have warranted an escape route for this fella and for him to be thrown out the door. But here he is yet again in a Manchester United shirt, missing 2 sitters, and nobody's asking questions. Get him out. Anyway, I'm going to leave that video there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. I'll talk to you later. Good luck.